Hey guys, Pokebonch here. Um, as of today, I was going through my YouTube studio, and we've hit 1 year on this channel. It's been it's been a journey. It's been a pretty good little journey that we've had with the channel. It started back up with Pokemon right about when 151 had come out. Uh, I grew up playing it as a kid. Collected it, you know, way back when it first came out. Had a lot of the first edition Pocket Monsters and first edition Pokemon and Team Rocket, Gym Heroes set and stuff like that. And you know, going back into the hobby with my stepdaughter, she really loves it, and she still loves it to this day. It's just we've kind of gotten to like kind of a sad state of the hobby, unfortunately, where getting packs pretty simple, like pretty easy for her to continue to enjoy the hobby is a little difficult at times. We still get her stuff and have her open it up, and she loves it. And she's constantly asking, "Can I open some more stuff up?" And I'm like, "Hey, some of the stuff that I got is, gonna be content for the channel." And so it's sometimes a little unfortunate that she doesn't get to open up as much as we'd love her to. We still love chasing down stuff, trying to find stuff, and open it up as a family. And that's actually how we started back into the hobby. So before I started the channel, we were just buying ETBs of 151, booster boxes of whatever set was coming out, during the Sword and Shield era, or not during the Scarlet and Violet era, and we'd each get a box. We'd open up as a family at the dining room table or the little coffee table that we have in our living room, and we were excited to see what each one of us got. And then we started going towards starting to master set some stuff. And I figured, you know what? Let's just try some YouTube stuff. Put together some shorts, because that's really what I was just kind of able to do at the very beginning. Started the channel was just doing some shorts, and then I'd pick up a bunch of random packs and just open them up. And I was doing almost like a pack a day kind of deal. And I started, thinking, let me just start showing the pulls, like the hits, the packs that I would actually hit stuff on, and started doing those as daily uploads. And behind each one of those pools, there was probably like 6, 7 packs behind each one of them. So it was easy to get packs to be able to do that. Then, as the boom and the craze started with Surgeon Sparks, and we got the ability to live stream on YouTube, started doing that instead, and really have started to limit it towards just a Saturday night stream. There are times where if it's been a long week, whatever, and I just want to crack some packs open, I may do it on a Friday night or so. And love bringing you guys along the journey. We have a cool little community here in the small town that I'm in, that we all trade and try to update each other with what we might find out in the wild right now, because it's hard to find it's hard to find stuff. It's unfortunate, but we try to keep each other in the loop. One of us can't make it to a restock or whatever. We say, hey, could you mind picking this up for me? Do the same for somebody else. Pick stuff up for somebody else if I know what they're looking for and stuff like that. So I'm very fortunate to have that ability here in my small town with a local community here to be able to do that. The channel will continue to go on. I mean, we don't ever expect to hit it huge. We're just the family of collectors. Like going to small local shows and stuff like that, and doing some trades, and getting some stuff to open up for the channel. Whether we buy it from people that our small vendors and stuff like that, or we trade for it. And it's just a fun little hobby, that we like doing as a family. Everything that we do does come out of our own pockets, stuff like that. We're not funded by anybody. Um, just hope that the hobby will eventually get back to how it was when we started back up in it, where you would just see all kinds of stuff on the shelves. I mean, Lost Origin, Fusion Strike, Evolving Skies. You know, we'd find stuff, different kinds of tins, and we didn't know what was in them. So sometimes we'd bring you along the journey to say, hey, this is the tin, this is the lettering, the numbering on it, this is how it's packaged, and we'd open it up on the channel and show off what came in it. And now it's gotten to the point where whatever we can find is what we pick up. And it's unfortunate that it's kind of in that state right now, but I don't think we're going anywhere. I mean, the Pokemon market could crash tomorrow, and cards could become worth less than the cardboard they're printed on, and we'd probably still keep doing what we're doing because we genuinely like collecting certain artworks or certain Pokemon or certain trainers and stuff like that. And it's a fun little hobby to do as a family. And, the Pokemon market is at its ups and downs and stuff like that. And I'm sure it'll continue to do that in the future. But we'll stick with it, through the good, through the bad. Doesn't really matter. I mean, we're having fun, right? And that's all that really matters at the end of the day is whether or not you're having fun. I did Magic the Gathering very heavily again when I got back into it with the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, because it just brought back that nostalgia factor of Jurassic Park, huge thing in my generation growing up, and then just seeing where the state of Magic was going. The Lord of the Rings stuff, Fallout, all that kind of stuff that drew my attention. But I've kind of gotten away from Magic the Gathering simply because they may have gone just a little too far, in my opinion, with some of the secret layers and some of the intellectual properties that they get a hold of. And, Magic is just at a state where it's appealing to, I guess, both collectors of certain genre and certain IPs, and then it's also appealing to the player base as well. Certain sets are power creeping, the gameplay and stuff like that. But I haven't seriously played Magic in decades. So I genuinely just collect that kinds of stuff. But I thought I'd just come on here, make this video, say thank you for everybody that's joined us along the journey, supported us, stops by the live streams. Thank you to the community that we have here locally in the town that I'm in. 1 year, we're still going. I never thought we'd hit the 50 subscribers to even live stream, to be honest. Never thought we'd hit 100 subscribers. And so far we're at 300 subscribers. So anybody that subscribed, thank you. Thank you very much for taking time out of your day, out of your life, to join us on, the journey that we go through every weekend or every week when we sit here and do our streams. I hope it gets back to the point where we can start doing the daily shorts as well as live streams. And the goal for the channel going ahead is also going to be to try to, well, not try, but to build a new system. Because my system that I've had, I built release day of Ryzen. And I bought all the top, components that I could at the time. And it's still going strong. Granted, it's starting to show its age, and I don't really like pushing it too much with some of the gaming that I, would do in the past, because I've also been playing. I've been playing on PC since DOS was around. Always been with PC gaming. I think the last console that I owned was either the PS1 or the N64. And yeah, we have a Switch that we bought, for the family, so we could play some of the Pokemon games on there, like Sword and Shield, the Scarlet Violet, Legend of Arceus, stuff like that, as well as Animal Crossing and what have you. But like a serious gaming platform, I've always just done PC. And it's been a while since I've played anything very heavily, simply because the state of MMOs, I'm a huge, massive multiplayer online role playing game kind of guy. Started with Ultima Online back in the 97, 98 era. And I played that. I mean, I'll still jump on private servers and play Ultima Online to this day. I'll get on every once in a while on the actual live service and try it out and see how the state of the game is still going. And the games have been around over 25 years. So it was a big part of my life. Still is to this day. I played all the classics, Dark Age of Camelot, Star Wars Galaxies, Arcade, World of Warcraft, every single game that ever came out that claimed it was the WoW killer. They're it's gonna topple Blizzard, and they never did. And I'm not a huge WoW fan. But I gotta give credit where credit's due. Blizzard did something amazing with World of Warcraft. You could go to any Walmart, buy a computer there, come home, put the install CD in, install it, start playing with your friends. No big hassle. Which was, if you were early on in the PC gaming, that was a big deal. Just to be able to come home, install a game, not have any issues, and play online with friends. Back then, there was always like troubleshooting with networking. Probably your video card had issues. There's all kinds of little quirks with online gaming back in the day with dial-up and then DSL and modern cable Ethernet. It's come a long way. And I guess what I'm trying to say is when I build this new PC, it's going to be with in mind also PC game and possibly stream while PC gaming. So that might be something that we bring back onto the channel is actually PC gaming. Whether it's games like Stardew Valley, the TCG Player little game that they have, where trading card game, whether it's games like DayZ, stuff like that. We probably will have that back on the channel. So that's the goal before the end of the year, is to have a new system built, get a whole new setup for cameras and stuff like that. Because right now, currently, everything's done through my phone. What I have access to right now, haven't really had a reason to build a new PC, simply because, like I said, MMOs have been kind of stale lately. They have been for some time, unfortunately. They just don't feel like they used to. Ultima Online, Dark Age of Camelot, Star Wars Galaxies, we always had a tight-knit community, and it was different. Like, it felt a lot different than current MMOs. Diablo 2, I love Diablo 1, love Diablo 2. Diablo 3, did not care for it. Diablo 4 did not redeem itself. So I love that franchise, I really do. It's just unfortunate. I think Blizzard kind of dropped the ball on it, and it's, they're never going to be able to recreate the feeling of what Diablo 2 was. And I still play that game to this day. Every once in a while, I have the remastered version, and I'll get on and run through, all Act 1 through 4 and Act 5, and I'll magic, find, hunt, all kinds of uniques and rares that I need to progress in the game. And it's just that old nostalgic kind of feel. And that's the same thing with Pokemon cards. It's that old feeling of being a kid again, I guess you could say. Being a kid again with adult money. But anyways, guys, thank you for joining us. Genuinely, thank you. 1 year on the channel. Today we're celebrating our 1 year birthday for the channel. Apparently, I didn't know until I was looking on the YouTube studio after the stream tonight. 313 subscribers currently. Awesome. Hope we could continue to go on, bring you along the journey, and hopefully the journey becomes a lot better. But anyways, guys, I appreciate everything. Thank you again for taking the time out of your day and out of your lives to join me. Just we'll keep going on with it, and hopefully we can just continue to add and just continue to bring the quality of the channel even, higher, and maybe be able to interact with more people, because plan is to go to some of the bigger shows that PSA is going to be holding here in Texas. Maybe I can get a hold of some sort of GoPro or camera that I can take with me and film some of the show, and then come back and edit it, and do some more serious kinds of videos here on the channel instead of just the live streams and daily shorts. So look forward to that, guys. I appreciate everything. Like I always say, I hope you're having a good life and living it to the fullest. Remember, tomorrow's a new day. Y'all have a good one. Thank you.